Hey guys, this is Tony with Inner Geek Designs. Today back with another Inner Geek podcast episode. Today I want to try out a new format for this show, see how it works, see if you like it, see if you don't. Just trying to change up the format of this podcast and see what works going down the road. So this time I'm going to talk about what I've been working on, my idea or my thoughts on selected topic for today, advice for the day, and then a question of the day followed by that. So we're going to try out this format, see how it goes, try it for a couple episodes going down the road, and see how you guys respond to it. If you don't like it, let me know. If you like it, or if you want to see some changes to it, to make it like a podcast you might like, just let me know and we'll go from there and see how it goes. So let's talk about what have I been working on lately. Well, it's becoming that time again where I need to start working on an event called Summer Love. I'll be meeting with the group that's going to be working on this year, talking about what direction we're going to take the project, how it's going to look, what the theme of this year is going to be, and go from there and build something good. I've been working on finding some new clients, trying out Twitter, Instagram, all those platforms, but I've been trying some other ways of trying to find clients. I will give feedback on how they work later on down the road. I just don't want to say how they are, and if they don't work, then I just gave you advice that doesn't work. So I want to make sure they work on my end before I give them out to you guys, to make sure that I'm giving you the best advice possible on how to find clients. So with what I'm working at JMS, the company I work for in-house as my full-time job, and then I do freelance also full-time. Full-time and part-time are two different things I don't think even really exist, but that's for a topic for another time. We have been working on relaunching or recreating the current master PowerPoint that I have into a new format that I think is really interesting and really cool. And I think a lot of people need to look at it and try to figure out how to make PowerPoints more modern, more interactive, in a way for people to present and for the people watching to interact with. We've been doing content marketing more over there. We're building it up. We're doing a slow build instead of a fast build, just because of time restraints, people's priorities. But we've got the president. He's going to do the first email or the first content article. He's starting to write that. We're going to get the vice president down to talk to him about that. And there's just some interesting things going on over there that I can't discuss right now. We got WebTech coming up, so that's going to be a great project always to do. Got to do invites for it. Got to do medallions, coasters, the whole 9 yards with it. It's really a fun project to do. So let's talk about the topic I wanted to talk about in this podcast. And that's design school. Do you need to go to it? Should you go to it? Does it help designers? Does it hurt designers? Is it worth the cost of college today? Well, there's two schools of thought to this. Yes and no. Let me give you my backstory of design school before we go into this, so you understand where I'm coming from on this topic. So I went to design school shortly after high school. Now, it wasn't a plan. I didn't want to become a graphic designer after high school. I actually went to a vocational school. So I already had a diploma out of high school and was ready to go into the workforce as an auto body technician. But I came down to North Carolina to visit my sister. I stayed down here for a little bit. I visited the Art Institute of Charlotte. And from there, I somehow stumbled into it. I learned that I liked it, and I kept with it. I went in as associates. I ended with a bachelor's. Did I need design school? Yes, I did. Why did I need it? I needed it because I didn't know the tools, the tricks, or the entire industry as a whole, how it worked. So this gave me a great opportunity to learn A, what is graphic design, B, what is the design industry, what are the tools that you use, and how do you become a graphic designer. I learned all of that at design school, and a couple more things. But I did learn a lot there while I was being taught. So I learned stuff outside of the classroom. There was so much stuff I learned outside the classroom that helped me beyond other designers in that school. So if you are wanting to become a graphic designer and you don't know the design industry, you don't know how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, all those tools, and you want to become one, you can do it without becoming a graphic design or going to design school. Sorry, but you're gonna have to do so much work up front that it may unbalance. Is it if you want to do it on your own? So you're gonna have to teach yourself the tools. You're gonna have to teach yourself how to find clients and how to talk to clients, what a design brief is, what goes into getting the right questions asked to your client, how to prepare the files, what files they need, what type of files they need. You're gonna need to learn all this by yourself or with online courses, which is possible. I've met designers who do it. It's not the end of the world. Now, the thing where people go about design school is you need to go, you have to go, you have to do a diploma, you have to have a degree. That is bullcrap. I will call it now. You do not need to have a degree to get anywhere today, especially in the design industry. I have met plenty of designers that go to a job and have a great portfolio, but have taught themselves the entire way. So it is possible to do it. It's just a question of, are you willing to put in the work to get there? You might have to put twice as much work as compared to someone who went to design school and had all this work to get them there. So there are ways through it. There are also a lot of negatives of design school. Just like any college, there are so many drawbacks. The major one in the United States is the cost of college. It is stupidly overpriced for college today, and that is a whole situation we need to figure out as a country. But you will network in there, and that is something that can't be stated enough. Networking in college is important and most important. So when you're networking in college, you're actually meeting people that might help you down the road that you don't know of yet. Hey, you don't know which discipline in graphic design you're going to go into. You don't know if you're going to become a logo designer, a brand designer, a web designer, a marketing director. You don't know what your end goal is going to be. Some people do, some people don't. But I didn't. I just went in blind, jumped into it, figured out what I was going to do, and went from there. So networking will help you, because say someone works at a print shop and you need print work. Now you have a connection into that print shop and might get a better deal doing that. So there are some pros and cons to design college or design school as a whole, but the gap is closing. More and more tools are becoming available, like Skillshare, like tutorials on YouTube. But some people work with that structured environment, and if it works for you, do it. I do it. It doesn't work for me completely, but it helped me point me in the right direction. So let's talk about my advice of the day. Now, this may be related about the topic today, later podcast. It may not be. But my advice today is go make a portfolio piece that maybe you did in design school and you look at it and you say, hey, this needs to be refreshed. And go refresh it. Or maybe you have this idea that you want to put in paper. Just make a good portfolio piece so you have one more in your portfolio to stand out as a graphic designer. And my question of the day is, did you go to design school? Did it help you? Do you think design school is overrated? Do you think college is too pricey? Just answer something about design school. Did you go to it? Yes or no? Did you go to college? Yes or no? So guys, I hope this podcast episode helped you. I hope you like the new format. I'm going to keep trying this new format, keep working with it, and make sure it works, or make sure it's not working and adjust it as needed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.